that I must segregate them from research questions.
Welcome back to our weekly Research Tuesdays. Today I'm covering two methods of collecting qualitative data. I want to talk about ethnography and actually three: ethnography, case study, and collecting data using video recordings. So when you're collecting ethnographic data, it means you are collecting rich stories of participants in their natural setting. You can be involved in that natural setting or you may not be involved. But just remember that qualitative data, we have to reflect on our biases, we have to also reflect on the credibility and trustworthiness of that data. So whatever method you're doing, try to get the rich stories as natural and as unbiased as possible. So you can use observations to collect ethnographic data. You can also use interviews. You may even just dive deeper into their lived experiences by observing them over a period of time during this ethnographic data collection process. Now let us talk about case studies. Case studies is very useful when you want to just focus on 2 or 3 subjects. Those subjects may be individuals, they may be organizations, and you might want to just do a cross-case analysis. In the case of the hegemony of the ruling party, you might try to look at different provinces as your case studies, or you may look at different groups, the public sector, the private sector, the young people, the youth, and try and understand why did the ruling party lose support during this election cycle. Now, let us talk about different methods of collecting qualitative data. Similar to ethnographic data, you may use observations, you may use interviews, you may use focus groups. That's a major difference between ethnographic data and case study, because you don't use focus group. It's not usual to use focus group when you're doing ethnography, because ethnography, you want to capture the natural setting, the dynamics, the nuances of your groups in their natural environment. Now, the beauty about multiple case studies is that you can do cross-case analysis. Let's talk about video recordings. Again, video recordings, you may want to observe, or you may have even observed the voter behavior in different provinces and analyze their behavior, analyze the comments they were making, analyze the different conversations that took place during that whole process, so that you get, again, rich stories. Qualitative data is about depth and richness of the stories of your participants. So we have covered the 3 different methods. We have covered the issue of research instruments. We need to also think about the bias, the trustworthiness of the data. So in your thinking, make sure that you can speak to these validity issues related to qualitative data. The last thing I want to talk about with qualitative data is how do you include your sample, your inclusion criteria and your exclusion criteria. You have to speak to that. And remember, all of these steps are quite important, because again, you want to have a protocol that anyone can pick up and use it to collect data and arrive at the same outcomes. Let's pause there for this week, and we will meet again and engage next week, Tuesday. All the best.